How y'all doing today? Look, dude, we are so on point. We are a minute early. Come say
Yeah.
what up in the comment section below. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Devin, how are you doing with that turtleneck of yours?
Yeah, it's not really that's more of the beard, but yeah, I'm doing good. Wednesday night just had our coaching session, man. Just, feeling those calls after, seeing the clarity and the progress, seeing that we make here.
Yeah.
So it's great, man. Feeling great here. How are
Yeah.
you feeling? Yeah.
I feel awesome. I think that we are on path to making some big noise in the industry. I think that is the big thing that I'm the most proud of. I think one of the hardest parts, and you can add to this, is scaling a business. Like I think once you go into a phase of initially you're like, is this going to happen? Is this going to be real? Can I really make this work? And then you go to a new phase, which is like, okay, can I get more than just a couple of people to sign up every month or more than a couple of people to be interested? And then you go into great. Now, can I build a team of people that will actually buy into the vision that I have? Great. Can we now scale this thing even bigger? And so I think we're going through this phase of like, um, we're hiring, we're growing, we're scaling. It's scary, um, and but it's exciting. So that's how I feel. I see people on live. Come say what up in the comment section below. Come bring your questions. Me and Devin are just going to be probably just chit chatting, to be honest, man. We were thinking about what we wanted to cover on this training. And I don't even want to treat it as a training. I would rather treat it as like a podcast. And like we can even share like some of our like biggest like scars and challenges and like the goods, the bads, the uglies, the good times, the bad times, the good months, the bad months. That's kind of what I wanted. So, but really, as you guys ask questions down below, we'll kind of answer them. We'll do about an hour. If we see questions, we'll answer. If we don't see questions, we'll just kind of shoot the shit and then kind of go from there. What's up, Jason? Yeah, buddy. What's up, Andy? But Dev, anything from you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of just jump in to this just on that point from that you made right before that. I think the idea here is exactly that, right? I feel like the evolution of what we're creating here and just business as a whole, man, it's exciting. I think if you think back, like we started working together for this operation January of last year. We're still doing the master stutter program. You kind of brought me in doing some of the sales and working with the clients. But man, it was so stressful. It was just like, where are we gonna find this client from? And the appointment setting was good, but it was just like, man. And I remember how many months last year where we're kind of 26 days into the month and we're just like, dude, like we got pay for, and we don't know. And then next thing you know, somebody watches our webinar, books a call on their own, pays in full, and we're just like, wow, and I think going through that, it allows us to appreciate, this now more so when we're in a place where we have, 3 or 4 appointment setters, we can book pretty consistent calls, and we can almost get to a place where we're enrolling weekly clients. If we didn't go through that initial phase, and that initial struggle, we wouldn't appreciate it as much as we do now. And yeah, dude, it's exciting, and it does feel rewarding, knowing that we've been putting in a lot of work, prior to this, all the character development, all the setbacks. It's great, it really is. And I think, for me specifically, especially going into this role of client success now, more so,
Yeah.
it's how do I continue to sell the big picture and that dream of like, what this will become? Because everyone wants the quick wins. Everyone wants those wins on like, how quick can I actually make money through this? How quick can I, leave my job and never have to work for someone else again? But it's like this where you've been living this for a couple months, for a couple years. You're
Yeah.
working your own schedule. You're really doing fulfilling work, and just what it becomes, year 2, 3 years after, is really where you get the exciting pieces of it.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I just have to plug something in, something unplugged, but I'm still here, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. Devin, keep talking for 2 seconds. I just gotta fix something real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got Abdul, man. What's going on? What's going on, Andy? What's going on, y'all? So we got a question here in the comment section. What's the best way to find new paying clients? Yeah, it's a great question, man. There's a variety of different things that you can do. If you're familiar with us and our process here on community building, the best thing to do is to grow that Facebook group. Like have that Facebook group going. It's the best way to really chat with your prospects, understand more of what they're looking for, and create that process where you can chat with them, where they can engage with your content, and book calls with them. We see this all the time. Dan and I both take sales calls here through the process. And, for us, like I'll speak to the calls that I've had. But it's like, we have all these coaches that have a lot of passion, have a lot of talent, can definitely provide a solution, for people, but they just don't know how to get in front of their prospects enough. So I would say the best solution to, finding paying clients is to put yourself in a situation where you can actually talk to more of your prospects, and go back and forth with them. What about you, Dan? What would you think about that?
Yeah, in terms of what's the best way to find new paying clients?
Yeah,
Yeah,
finding
I
new
like, dude, I've been on back-to-back calls all day. I actually love this. Like my first call was at 8 a.m. this morning. I've been on back-to-back calls all day, just like talking to all these different coaches and entrepreneurs, just kind of hitting just like the change in mindset, man. Well, like one of the biggest themes that I saw with everyone is like building a brand that attracts premium paying clients.
Mm.
That was literally like instead of just saying what's the best way to find new paying clients, like the question is, dude, are you building a brand that attracts high ticket paying clients? Because if you don't, like, it doesn't matter what you sell. Like, I think some people get caught up in this idea of like, oh, like if I come out with a money offer, then I'm going to be so much more successful than the person who has a non-money offer. And you start to realize that's a bunch of bullshit.
Mm.
Like like there's some good aspects to it. Sure, you could say that, but as I get deeper into this, I just don't think that's true. And I think it's like, is the brand built around attracting paying clients? Like I did a post yesterday or the day before where I was like, if you're a coach and I can't instantly find videos of you with client testimonials, sharing value videos as you're an expert or a figure of authority in your niche, or sharing anything of that nature, you're in trouble. And basically, you don't have a premium brand.
Mm.
Like I would like to think, based on my conversations today, based on our clients, I would like to say, I hope you look at us like expensive. I hope you look at us like these guys are consistent. They show up. They have my attention. They have credibility. I get that these guys are not going to be cheap. I hope that if I haven't talked to any of you guys in over the comment section, that's how you think about us. Because once you build that brand, dude, I can come out with anything. You know what I mean? Like I can come out with anything. I can come out with I don't know, hey, the next 3 people, I'm going to run your ads for you. Hey, for the next 3 people, I'm going to create a course on financial literacy. Hey guys, I'm going to create a course on 3 ways on finding your ideal relationship if you're single. Because, and the crazy part is we'll probably sign up 3 to 5 people. Yes or yes, Devin? Probably more. Because we have the brand.
Yeah.
So it's not even about how do I sell my products? Do you even have a solid brand that's attracting clients? And if you're like, how do I do that? Go build a Facebook group. That'd be my 2 cents, man.
Yeah, and it's a great point too, because like you mentioned, like you can pivot, and that's what we did do. You know what I mean? Like you had the stuttering program, did very well with it.
Yeah.
Now you wanted to pivot over to business coaching and marketing coaching. Like it was a very seamless transition. I feel like many people who make that transition don't really have the maybe momentum that we've been able to build over this year. It's only been a year in the space, and like you said,
Yeah.
we've got some serious branding, we've got some serious content, we've got a serious following, and our process for our clients. Like there's a lot of things there's a lot of momentum and movements that we did make in that year. So yeah, it's massive. We got some comments here. The brand is one for the ages. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
Branding your products are key.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this video and it's providing a ton of value to you. Now look, I built my coaching business through this concept called community building, and specifically through a Facebook group initially. Now, if you're not in my Facebook group already, click the link down below. We're at thousands and thousands of members. It's a great way to connect with one another. I do exclusive trainings specifically just in my Facebook group, and it's a great way to connect, learn from us, and also model exactly what I do. So if you're not there already, and if you think Facebook's outdated, well, then get yourself a Facebook account. Come join the group, and we'll see you very soon. Back to the show.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
saw a question. Yeah, go ahead.
How do I change my personal profile into a earning profile?
Dude, why don't you scrap the profile and start building a Facebook group? Yeah, like you're not gonna win this conversation with me, man. You're not. Like, go build a Facebook group. Like, if you're gonna grow a great coaching product, go build a community around the topic. So for example, I want to ask, is it Andy? I don't know what your product is, but like, dude, if you're a health coach, go build a Facebook group specifically just around health. Share all your workout routines, share all your diet, share all your supplements that you take, share your sleep schedule, share the type of books you read. Like, go build a figure of authority community where you're just owning the space. That, and then even that language of earning potential, like, sure, it makes sense, but like, you have to build authority in your niche. That's how you create earning potential. If you don't have authority in your niche, you will never earn anything. So the question for you is, what is your niche? And are you creating authority in the niche? How do you create authority in the niche? Look at what we're doing right now. We're on camera, we're talking, we're spitting, we're just shooting the, just going back and forth. What are we doing? We're posting content every day. Look at my post today. Look at Devyn's post yesterday. Look at our client interviews. Like, we're on this mission, and that's the idea. So if you're not doing that, like, you're not really going to be moving the needle in the right direction. I don't know if there's anything you want to say, Dev, but that's literally my 2 cents right there.
Yeah, exactly that. I think, a lot of what we've done through, 2 coaching businesses, 3 years in the online space now,
Yeah.
Generated over, 500K in the
More.
online space, like
Probably more,
sure.
Yeah.
But the idea is it's all through the Facebook group idea, and if you meant more like how to actually like update your profile as well, like, yeah, or professional stuff, you want to have links, resources, that kind of stuff as well on the simple piece to it. I'm not sure if it was that or how you can actually start monetizing from it. But yeah, I would say, really grow your authority, and like you said, if people really care about your journey, but they don't care at the beginning because they almost feel like, you're on the same page or on the same level as them.
Yeah.
So that's why when you continue to grow this group, you start to build authority for yourself. We have the one client, Calvin. Mr. Calvin, if you're listening or you're watching this later, man, shout out to you.
Calvin.
But, we're kind of going through it. I was watching the interview that I did with him, and he was talking about how, like, he goes to a local church. He's a Christian holistic life coach, and he helps people find their purpose and step into that path. And, he's just going to church, and he had mentioned how, like, some of the people from his church, like, found his group, and they see, like, for us, we've got, just under 2,500 people. Like, it's growing. For him, he's at, like,
Pretty
500,
dope.
600 people in his group. And he's obviously going to compare himself to us and other people that have, 10, 15,000 people within the group. But, for other people that are at his community, that are at his church, they see that and they're like, Calvin, you have, a group of 500 people, like,
Yeah.
that's massive, that's massive to understand that he has, 500 people that have willingly, joined his group, that have, that love what he has to say, that wants to come check people out. And even that alone, it just shows like how much you've grown. And I think, reflection is always a big part of this, just like reflecting on how far we have come. Money doesn't really necessarily mean you're doing well or not. It's there's a lot of other moving pieces on the back end. But when he told me that, he had some people from his church finding his group and saying like, it's crazy that you have such a big group, for him, he's just like, oh, it's not that big. But for other people, it's like, wow, like you're doing it, like you're really doing it. And we've heard that so many times.
Yeah.
Even Robin too, she's doing her live right now too. It's like, you're doing it. Like people get that perception of like you're doing it. We just have a group of a couple hundred people. We do live training and stuff.
Yeah, it's so second nature, right? We're so
Yeah.
proud of you. Yeah, no, it's dope. Yeah, building a coaching business, man, is so interesting. Like I love it, man. Like I think it's been pretty difficult. But building an online brand, being consistent, like having to be a leader to groups of people that are watching us, showing up, having a ability to be attractive, spend money, lose money. People work for you, then they quit on you, then you got to hire new people, and then they don't fit the mold, and then like you got clients that I think we've been pretty lucky. We've had pretty solid clients, man. But there's people that it's a mix of everything. And I look at this game and I see myself in it for a very long time. Like I've been in sales and business and leadership for the last decade. But the online space, man, I wish I did this earlier. Like I genuinely, like, don't you wish you did this earlier? Like, I know you had a whole background and you have like, you have freaking history and you have experience in life, and you could say that you've done this and this, and that's why you have the credibility. But I wish that I wish I learned about this game, and I wish I went all in earlier. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I wish I went in this earlier. Like to me, I just see like what I love about the online space is, and especially if you're in momentum, because it's such a massive ocean, such a massive jungle, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like you realize like we're just a little thing on the map. Like the game that we're playing a worldwide game. I love that. See, in door to door, I was playing a city game, or you could say even a province game in Canada. Canada. That's how Justin Trudeau says it. Canada. But what I love about the coaching game is it's worldwide. Like I'm competing with some guy in Miami. I'm competing with someone who's in Texas. I'm competing with someone who's in the UK. And I love that. Australia. And this game, I think it's very attractive. It's tough to figure out, but once you crack the code to it, I was thinking about this too. Like as we run businesses and we have stress and issues and challenges and goods to bads, we really have freedom. And I think a lot of people are striving for the freedom that we have. And sometimes we take it for granted. And so I want to acknowledge that. And I think everyone tries to start a business because they want the freedom, and obviously you're locked into certain things, but I can confidently say, as someone who was in the corporate game for 5 years and I worked for people, and I couldn't say certain things on social media, or I couldn't completely be myself, I would like to say that I'm in a position where I'm pretty free, and that to me is worth more than anything else. And I hope that inspires you to get your shit together, go all in with your coaching business, and make this work. Because you can be like, we're making great money, but great, it's awesome. But what matters more, I forget where I was seeing this, but it was like talking about how the average like Harvard graduate, or I would say Harvard or Stanford graduate, making a couple $100,000 a year, traveling, skiing in the Alps in the winter, going on trips in the summer, and they're always at work and they're missing certain things because they're working and they're working and they're working. And it's like a lot of people live like that. They max out their lines of credit, or they kind of like live this like facade. dream and they're just working.
Mm.
And to me, like, I want freedom. I want freedom, man.
Right.
Freedom isn't free. But I want the ability, man, to do whatever the hell I want at all times.
Mm.
And if, let's say for example, right? Let's say for example, you gave me two options: 200K a year, working 80 hours a week, or 80K a year, working how I want to work. I would take the 80K a year. Not even a not even a question.
Mm.
Not even a question. You're like, but dude, you're missing out on 120,000 a year. Like, crazy, man. Look how much stuff you can do with it. I know, but there's other costs that you're not looking at.
Mm.
There's there's the cost of, I live with my girlfriend, and she works from home too. And I love the fact that we can just get up and just go to our desks and just start working. Hey, what do you want to eat? Great. I'm doing this call. Great. I'm having lunch. Great. I'll see you later. Great. I'm chilling out over here. Great. That wasn't me for 5 years. You know, like my thing is, dude, you've lived a life with me for what? For, you would say, a year and a half or a year
Yeah.
in door to door?
Yeah.
Close to what?
Close to 2. Yeah. From
Yeah, like it was, you get up at 7 a.m., you hit the gym, you get to the office by, for me, I was getting to the office by 10. For you guys, you get to the office at 11. You start knocking doors at 1 o'clock. You know, you stop knocking doors at 8 o'clock. So for example, it's pitch black outside. I would be knocking doors till 8 o'clock at night because we got to end the day off strong. 8 o'clock, pick up everyone, drop them off the office, get to my house at 10 o'clock. Get some sleep, hopefully be in bed by 12, get up for 7 again. And I would do that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sorry, Saturday, Sunday off, and then Monday, because I was a manager director, I would go in and do extra numbers. And I was making $250 a year, at least in 2019. And I was like, fuck this. And I just want to remind everyone, figure out this game. It's stressful, but this is a better stress than the other stress. I don't know if you want to say anything to that, but yeah. Sorry, guys. I want to respond to your comments, but this is yeah, this is something that I want to share with you guys. Go ahead.
Well, it's a great question, and we kind of talked about my buddy there too. Like, you could be making great money, but what's more important to you? Like, everyone's going to be different. Some people would rather make a lot of money but not have time to do anything with it. But like, if they're maybe can do things properly on the back end, set themselves up with some real estate and some investments, maybe they can at some point come away from it. But it's that idea of what is more important to you? Would you rather have the time freedom, to work your own hours, to, do what you want to do at some level? You still have to be responsible, but at some level, like, last week I was feeling a little under the weather. I had a day full of calls on Wednesday. Like, it's either I push them or you can step in and take them. There's not really many opportunities where it's like, if I want to take the day off tomorrow, I can just take it off. If I wanted to take the next week off, I mean, I could. You know what I mean? And so it's like, well, what's more important to you? Is it that financial freedom of like having the money to do whatever it is that you want to do? You want to fly first class, you want to stay at the 5-star resorts, you want to do all those things, but you can only do it maybe like once or twice a year, and you're
Yeah.
working, 6 or 7 days a week. Or would you rather, take a cut for now and live that life of doing whatever it is that you want to do? And I think, like you said, like, this was something that we had to go through because, we kind of go through it. We're just like, like, when we have the finances to match the time freedom, that's when you have like that perfect combination of being able to do what you want. And with an opportunity like this, where it's fully online, it's like, dude, there's so many countries now. Like, you think of Bali, like, there's so many countries where
Yeah.
they cater to that digital nomad lifestyle. They have workshops and they have all these places, and there's people that live this way, whether they run Shopify stuff, or they have, their own brands. Like, the world is really catering to that nomad lifestyle. And so, it's coming to terms with, you know, what is more important to you. And I'm on the same page as you here, man. Like, I think, the finances are great, But if I'm in a situation where it's like I had to pick, like, can I be the wealthiest version of myself, but I have no time to do anything with it, or I take a pay cut, but I can just work my own hours and
Yeah.
do something I'm actually happy with. Yeah, I'm taking
Yeah.
the lot.
With your boys too, though. Like me and you are good friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I think that's actually so important too. Like, obviously, like we're like brothers. We get under each other's skin every once in a while, and but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one like, oh no, the boss is gonna be mad. Oh no, Devyn. Like, I don't know. To me, I find that so. I was thinking about this, right? Like, I love my lifestyle. Like, Devyn knows I deal with like a bunch of bullshit and stress all the time, and like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But what I want to say is that if someone came to me and they go, Daniel, knowing what you know right now, um, would you recommend someone to go in debt to make this lifestyle a reality?
Mm.
And the answer is 1000%. I know. I mean, I did. Um, I did. And I would think that, like, for example, right? Someone goes to you and goes, son, if you get a university college degree, I understand it's $100,000 over 4 years. You know what? And I want you to get your master's. And that's going to cost you, $200,000. You'll pay it off as you did it, right? And someone went to you, be like, hey, would you tell someone to spend $200,000 to get in debt to figure out this coaching business? Because it's a business, right? You gotta put in money. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna make money. You're gonna learn from your mistakes. It's like just like getting a master's, right? You're spending all this money. Would you tell someone to do that? And I would say, yep. I know. And I would say, yep, 100%. That's how much I love this. I tell Devyn about this all the time. I would rather, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I would rather die than not make this happen. And I know that sounds so fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're like, okay, let me get this right, Daniel. You would rather die than not make this work. And when I say this, I mean like making my entrepreneur venture work, whatever that is, because I love what I do. I love it. I love the process. I love the learning. I love the experience. I love my life. Do I deal with stress? Yes, of course, but you cannot get away from that.
Yeah.
And I think that I hope that it's a reminder to some people. Like, I've talked to a lot of people, man, and they go, you understand my situation. Look at what I'm going through. I'm like, what do you want from me, man? You're trying to achieve something massive. Boo hoo. So what? Good for you, man. Oh no. Did you lose money here? Oh no. Like, it's like, oh no, you owe money? Like, bro, wake up. Don't enter the kitchen, baby. Oh no, you have to miss certain things. Oh no, it's really hard. Get out of the kitchen, man. So I love this game. It's like, for me, what this does is like, I don't know, to me, like, I'm at a position where not only am I running a coaching business, but I also have people that are working for me. And so it's like this double whammy of like, we got to make sure clients are coming in. We got to make sure people that work for us are showing up and doing their job. Right. And it's a certain level of stress that I've never dealt with before. Just everything, right? We got, like, I've never dealt with so many different finances running everywhere. We got payroll over here. We got admin over here. We got ads over here. We got this office over here. We got, what I'm saying? We got my own personal, like everyone else. Yeah. And to me, it's funny because there's a certain level of confidence I've never had before. Like a certain, like, I think you even have this too, where Steve was talking about the pilot analogy of like, Devyn just comes in, just boom, we're doing this. And I have that too. And I think, and it's like, I don't think I could get that. Like, for example, both me and Devyn could easily go and leave what we're doing right now and go find a 6-figure plus sales job. Y'all agree with that? All my salespeople here? We can go to a dealership. We can go to furniture store, maybe not furniture store, but we can go do a door-to-door thing. We can go do something. But that's not the point, because this whole journey is a development thing. And so that question came to me of like, would you want someone to go into major debt, just like a parent saying, son, I know it's going to cost you $100,000 for this degree, but it'll be worth it.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Look, if you're getting value out of this, be sure to click the like button. Be sure to put a nice comment. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share this with someone else, because if it's making an impact on you, I know it will make an impact on someone else. Would highly appreciate it. Okay, great. Let's go back into the show.
Son, I know you want to, like, my girlfriend has a PhD. I don't know what it costed over 8 years, you know, and through the 8 years, she's making fucking peanuts. You know what I mean? She's making peanuts. Would I want someone, not would I want someone, would I recommend that to someone? Yeah, I would. I would. Because when you figure it out, on the other side of it, I think is a certain level of fulfillment and joy that is hard to get anywhere else. I don't know if you want to say anything to that, but yeah, that's like, I could never walk away from this. And like, sure, am I going to be a coach, me and Devyn on Facebook Live 50 years from now? I don't know, maybe 40 years, maybe, like, to catch up, drinking cigars, smoking cigars and having whiskey. But like, we're going to evolve. But I think the entrepreneur, actually, let me say it like this. The full-time entrepreneur lifestyle that me and Devyn have the luxury of having, I could never go back anywhere else. That's what I'm saying. We might have different businesses. We might, you know what I'm saying? Like, Devyn might open up an Amazon store. You know, we might be buying real estate, and, you know, there could be like a car, like, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, for all my part-time entrepreneur, full-time job people, or you're thinking about, is it really worth it to start my own coaching business? Is it really worth it to do this thing? It's probably the most fulfilling and rewarding thing that you could probably do. Like, I'll give you an example of Zach. Zach, life after military coach. He helps people transition into civilian life after the military. And it's like, you know, he just began, but he just grew his group to whatever it is, 50, 55 people or whatever, 53 people. And like, you know, yeah, sure, he's not racking in the dough. He just started his audience and his group. But you could tell, like, he's like, I'm happy about this, man. This is awesome. There's a certain level of fulfillment, knowing that you're going in the right direction. I don't know if you want to say anything to that, but I just, I couldn't look anywhere else. And yeah, you know, sorry, I'll end it off with this. You know, when you're aligned with exactly where you should be. And I always struggled with that for so long. Of, am I aligned with exactly where I should be? Maybe I'm not at exactly of where I want to be, but I'm aligned where I'm like, I feel good with this. Like, it's funny, right? Dealing with, and I'm sorry, Devyn, I'm gonna give you the mic soon. It's funny because I remember making like 30,000 a month in income. And there was this part of me, my last job, I was like, I know, but I'm not fulfilled though. This ain't it. The stress, this anxiety, this ain't it. And every time things come to me, I'm like, nah, this is it. I got this fire. I got this thing. I got blah, 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 da, da, da. Nah, but this is it. And I think that's where you, like, not checkmark life, but that's when you have this like sense of like serenity and tranquility of like, yeah, it's crazy, but like, I'm at where I want to be right now. And I'm glad with that. So that's my 2 cents there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned a good couple of things there. One thing I wanted to chat about, and it's interesting too, because you'd mentioned, like, you know, getting your master's, you know, it's upwards of 200K, and that's like 4 or 5 years, you know, and most people
Longer.
don't bat an eye. You know what I mean? Most people don't bat an eye. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna go spend, you know, $250,000 to go through this, you know, this training, and you know, there's no guarantees on if people are actually going to use that information. Half the time you're getting trained by someone who doesn't really even have the results that you want. And so you're just going through this process of like hoping that it's going to work out. Now sometimes it does. You know, my sister went through she went through like social sciences, got a job with HR for like the WSIB. So there are some cases where it definitely does work out.
And by the
But
way, I also want to add, we're not shit talking degrees. just FYI. Sorry, I Devyn's a paralegal, so he's got to be very careful with what he says. I'm kidding. Continue.
Yeah, well, and that's the idea. You know, there are going to be some I would say industries where, you know, having a diploma absolutely makes sense. But I would say, like, if you're not 100% certain towards that, and you know, I've known people to just go through school because they had to do something, you know,
Yeah.
or have that luxury of like, oh, I wanted to try it to see if it was for me. It's like you end up wasting so much time and so much money. Whereas if you know you start an opportunity like this, like it's against the grain, it's against the norm for people to naturally want to step into entrepreneurship because it's scary. And especially if you don't have any other entrepreneurs, like for us, like for me personally, like I don't really have any other entrepreneurs in my family. So, you know, they won't understand this journey. They won't understand, months where, you know, it's tight, you know, we're struggling, we're stressing, we're going through it. And so, you know, it's just so interesting that, you know, the old kind of methods of life is like, let's just go through school, you know, let's just go spend so much money going through this process to hopefully get a job. Whereas something like this, where if you can crack the code, you know, like this will create, this will change the generational wealth for so many people. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like this will change the generational wealth for us. When our clients crack the code, it's gonna, you know, change for them. Anybody watching this, like, you know, this could be that thing where not only can you live that fulfilling life, like you said, like the level of confidence that we have now has
Yeah.
come from us being able to impact people at such a high level. You know, and when we have these people that are like our biggest fans, they come to us and they're like, you know, this wouldn't have worked had I not done this, or I would be so much further behind had I not done this. Like, it just goes to show, you know, and this is where people like that character development, like, you know, the path that you're on, like, how do you know if you're on the right path? You know, how do you know if you're doing the right things? You know, all these things play a role
Yeah.
in yourself and your decision making, but it's like you really have to ask yourself, like I'm asking a lot of the deep questions here, but it's like, is the current opportunity that you're doing going to get you to that path that you want for yourself? You know, and what is that path? You know, is it that financial freedom? Is it that time freedom? Is it being able to make a bigger impact worldwide? Like, if that's what you want, then is what you're currently doing, you know, the vehicle that's going to allow you to do it. If it is, great, you know, keep getting after it. But if it's not, you know, it's like really do research on, you know, what opportunities are here. And you know, you kind of mentioned like you wish you did this sooner. It's kind of interesting because when we first met back in 2018, 2019, like you were the director of that sales company. And I tell this to our clients all the time, but it was interesting because when I first started, we're here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, or we're over there. And there was three other competing offices. So there was four offices in our province that were competing for the same project. So we were selling telecom. And when I first started, there was different competing offices that were doing
Yeah.
the same thing. And by the time, you know, I left the year later, you know, we had successfully taken those people over and
Yeah.
we'd owned those offices and we pretty much just became this behemoth, just taking these other guys and just destroying them. You know, I remember one day vividly, like, you know, we used to talk like in products. So anytime you sell a home phone, TV, and internet, that's three products. And
Yeah.
at the end of every night, you know, we would count the P's, you know, we would count the products, and see,
Top boy.
you know, we would see what people, you know, were at. And I remember, you know, there was like a Mississauga office. They finished the day, a full day of working, of knocking doors with, you know, 10 plus reps. They had like 50 something products, which isn't bad. You know, 50 products, great. Then there was like Niagara Falls. They had about like 70 something. And then there was like, uh, the other was like Burlington or something like that.
Sure.
And they had like 150 products or something. So it went from like 50 to like 150 between the three offices. And then us, we were at like 300 and
Yeah.
something. And dude, it's just savage. And you know, they just couldn't keep up, you know, and there's a lot of, again, the culture that we have was very different. You know, we had that hustlers mentality. We're all young, you know, most of the other guys there at those other opportunities were, you know, they were much older, kind of trying to hustle to do it. But it's like those skills that you learn there, I think really help us grow this
Yeah.
opportunity.
Mm.
You know, although that was more like provincial and location locked, I feel like a lot of that stuff really does apply here. And I think once you start to see the results of it too, that's where
Yeah.
you start to get more comfortable and confident and like, yeah, we're going to the right. Because had you not done that, you know, I think it would be much harder to put out some of the fires and to make sure that we're going on the right path. Like, bro, we're stepping into this territory now where we've never been. You know, we've never been here where it's like, hey, we're about to start spending more money on ads than we ever have. You know, we're
Well,
about to
how many calls do we book so far today? 4? Like we've booked basically 12 calls last 3 days. Plus
book,
maybe.
bro, booking more calls than we have in a long time. Like we
Yeah.
got a solid team, you know, like about to spend more on ads than we ever have. Like our
Yeah.
clients are winning.
Black
know,
Friday, our Black Friday deal, man. We're gonna be talking about that today because our marketing teams can get mad at us. We just wanna talk to talk, man. But Black Friday deal crushing. Continue.
yeah, and you know, it's just interesting how, you know, it all just plays a role, you know, and like I said, I think even the last thing of like having like a great product too, it's like it all really does, you know, fall into that funnel. Like that's why, you know, we are kind of on that path, and we've had that chat before. It's like, you know, next year we've got a pretty big goal. I don't know if you want to talk about the goal for next year, but you know, we've got a pretty big goal going into next year, and honestly I believe it. You know what I mean? I honestly wholeheartedly believe that we will hit that because the numbers make sense. You know, we have the momentum. Like everything's really on pace for us to do that. So
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's
really great.
it's dope. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm let me look at some of the comments here. So Abdul goes, is it a good idea to allow fake profiles into the group, or is it imperative to verify the accounts before allowing them to join? Yeah, I mean, if we see a fake account, we're not going to allow it in. But I guess what I want to ask you, Abdul, is what is a fake account? Like define a fake account. But yeah, we're not going to allow fake profiles into the group. Definitely not. Jason goes, it is imperative to have a glorious beard. Just kidding. You guys are the best. Love being a part of the family in your program. Awesome. Jonathan goes, learned a lot by talking with Daniel on a call. Inspiring. Awesome. Freedom over money. You got it, Kim. Kim, I hope you're doing great. I don't know if Devyn wants to say any words, but I know Kim's been kind of going through it. I hope all is well with your family. Anything you want to say, Dev, to Kim?
Yeah, Kim, if you're still watching, you know, you're a trooper, and you know, I think going through something like that, what you've been going through for the past couple months,
Kim
not easy.
liked it. She's watching it. Hello, Kim. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, just keep after. I'd love to, you know, chat with you, see how things are going, see if we can support, of course, in any way. We love our clients, man. We really do.
She
We got
said,
the
love
best.
you. That's 2 love yous. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, that's the idea. We got the best clients in the game, you know, and we do love
Yeah.
our clients. So
Yeah. Well, like to me, man, like there's a few people commenting, and it's like, our clients just love that, man. I love that. I'm still in the game. Come on, Kim, with the winky emoji. Woo! Okay.
an
Jason
active
said,
yeah.
time is the most important. Agreed. And by the way, I feel like I can feel some people saying, well, Daniel, you understand, like, I have a family, I have bills, I have this, I can't just do that. I get that, but you're like, that's not the point, dude. The point is that you do whatever it takes to make this shit happen.
Mhm.
Whether it happens now, whether it happens later. My point to you is that, yes, if you had a family and you have all these stuff, yeah, to quit your job tomorrow, that'd be idiotic. But the drive and the ambition to never give up and to say, listen, if you come out on the other side, it's gonna be bloody, gonna be a lot coming in your way, and you make it, it will be the best thing that you could do. And I think whoever's watched this, I think you know this already, but I'm reminding you as someone who's living it. Cool. What's the best way to grow the social media group? 2 ways: organic and paid traffic. Organic, my whole thing is inviting people into a group, having a script, promoting it on your socials, promoting it on your stories, doing free trainings. Hey guys, doing a free live training in my Facebook group. Like, for example, you can see on my profile, hey guys, doing a live training. Me and Devyn going on live at 7 p.m. on my Facebook group. Come join the Facebook group. It's in the comment section. That's an example. And then you have a paid ads strategy where it's like, hey, here's a free, here's a lead magnet. If you want access to the lead magnet, come join the Facebook group. And so that process also works. Some people crave money. Some people crave impact. Some people want both. Well, I mean, in my eyes, I think you should want both, impact and money. But yeah, man, that's it. Yeah. We'll just keep going. Like, if people are going to be on, man, we'll keep going. Any question that you guys have, bring them out. But I'm loving this, man. Devyn deep down is a streamer. And so, you know, we want to stream and
It
stream
takes time to.
down the road. Come on.
Yeah.
So quickly, we really want to break down. Some of you guys have been asking about our Black Friday deal, and then we'll kind of go back into some more just like talking the talk. But a lot of people have been coming up to us. So what is your Black Friday deal? So Black Friday deal is very simple. So I want to pull up our sheet. So and then we'll kind of go back and forth. But Black Friday deal is this. And so this ends on Friday. And so this is the way it works. Number one. So I wrote this out in case you thought our 30% Black Friday. So first off, on our offer, if you want to know the exact pricing, you come book a call with us. You would say, Daniel, just tell me the price right now. No, I'm not. Because when you have a Black Friday deal, you're going to operate the same way as me. Now, yes, if we've talked already and sure, whatever. But my point to you is what I teach all my coaches is don't you not be public about your rates. What you sold 2 months ago might be different today. That's also part of what happens if you don't take advantage of it in the moment. So if you lock yourself into some rate because it's on your websites everywhere, then all of a sudden, you know, you can't change that rate. So 30% off. Next, when you say you're working, you say yes, this is what you get. So we're going to help you craft your irresistible high ticket offer. So most people, what I've seen is your offers are crap. Your messaging is crap. It's confusing. And it's the reason why you will stay broke. Because the problem is, and I say this to a lot of people, is you don't just make a Facebook group and all of a sudden sign up clients. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to repeat that one more time. Just because you open up a Facebook group doesn't mean you're going to sign up clients. It's the medium to sign up clients, but you got to have the right strategy. But behind that all, crafting an irresistible high ticket offer. Why do you think $100 million leads was such a thing? Or sorry, $100 million offers was such a thing. Alex Hormozi wrote a whole book on 100 million, how to make offers so good people feel silly saying no. He wrote a whole book on it. So if you can imagine, offers are very critical. What does that mean? Making an offer so irresistible. So for example, I'll give you our offer. Okay. So we help coaches grow their coaching business, right? We could talk about my stutter coaching business, grew that, blah, 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 model the same blueprint. What is my offer? Well, look, if you're a coach, depending on where you're at, I am going to guarantee that we achieve $30,000 or $10,000 a month in coaching clients in 90 days, or we work with you one-on-one until we achieve that. That's our guarantee. Now, if you're a coach and you go, okay, so let me do the math. I want a coaching business. I'm stuck where to go. I've read all the books. I've done all the courses. None of this shit's working. I want to get a coach. They look kind of expensive. I totally get it. Well, make me an offer that I can't refuse. My offer is this. You go through our coaching program. If you don't achieve 10,000 in 90 days, we keep working with you until we achieve the goal. And if my program is complete crap, our program, not mine, our program is complete crap, and you're like, Daniel, I did everything you and Devyn said to the T. And guess what? Nothing is working for me. Ethically, we shouldn't keep your money. If you do everything we say. Now, if you don't do it, like that's like getting a personal trainer and saying the trainer's like, I'm going to help you lose weight. And then you're, you know, mid workout, you're putting Twinkies in your mouth. It doesn't count. But if you do everything that we're recommending, if you're putting in all the work, and that means our process sucks. But I would like to say our process is pretty solid. So what does that mean? We're making a bold ass claim. So Dan, let me get this right. So you're going to help me get to 10,000 a month, and you're going to work I had a question today. So Dan, just tell me, like, how long is your program? 60 days, 90 days, 4 months, just give me that. I go, it's built over 90 days, but the truth is I'm not going to stop working with you until we get the job done. Jason's been in our program since February. Kim joined in whatever it was, June or April or May or whatever, July. We're not like, Kim, unfortunately, you are kicked out of our coaching calls. You're not allowed to show. No, we're going to be here as long as until we get the job done. And Kim's done a successful beta launch, right? Jason has had a 20K month. But that's not the point. The point is our job, and I tell us everyone, I am your long-term coach. We are your long-term coaches, right? We want to be part of your long-term success. You can leave us. We ain't leaving you. I don't get it. What do you mean by that? We ain't kicking you out of our program. At least not right now. Maybe in a couple months, I'm like, you know what, Dad, we thought about it. After 4 months, we're charging everyone a monthly rate. Maybe. But I don't have that. So, like, Dan, how do you make, how does that make sense for your coaching? Well, one, I'm very choosy with who I work with, if you haven't noticed. We are. Number two, if you start making great money, I'm just going to ascend you to our next level, which is what you should be doing because you want to grow your coaching business. So hopefully I'm making sense here. Okay, great. Next thing, build or reactivate your own Facebook group. So if you already have a Facebook group, react it. Launch a converting webinar. So if you guys have not seen our webinar, just go to master your coaching. I'm getting hot, dude. coachingsecrets.com, and you can see our webinar here. You can just click it. Boom. There's a webinar. You can go and watch it. Look how crazy this guy is. Okay. That's it. Number 2 or 3, 4, learn high ticket sales and booking appointments. So you can get access to our membership area on school, community mastery, right? You'll go over here. You get everything, all these different videos, all these different sales videos, how to master high ticket sales. We'll show you the high ticket script, how to do it. Devyn's going to review your sales calls, what to say. Like, you guys are trying to screenshot it right now, right? Jokes, too bad, too late. Sales CRM. This is how you track all of your CRM. So we give you a whole template for building a webinar. We have a MYC proven process. You can go through this whole thing. Who's your target audience? What is their old way? Right? We give you literally everything. Okay. If you also sign up, you get access to scaling mastery, which is phase 2, which is basically the whole program. Show you how to set up your website, how to set up your G Suite, how to create a membership area on school, how to create ads, how to set up an optimized ad account, how to find and onboard a setter, how to hire setters, client success, onboard automation, like literally everything. We're also throwing in master your stutter. So you can actually go through my whole speaking program, how to master your mind, fear of speaking, presentation, art of public speaking, art of socializing. Anything you want to add to that, Devyn? I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna just riffed, dude.
Well, and that's the idea. I think there's just so much value, and out stuttering program, man. Like, we've had people that, don't stutter necessarily and go through that program, and it's more of like a life coaching program for that, and we've had people show a lot of interest in it. I've given it to some of our current clients too, and they love it, so value, man, is massive, massive.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I at its peak, it was at 7,500. You're obviously just going to get the membership area, not the actual coaching for it. But yeah, we're going to be implementing, like, for example, we have 3 setters. I would like to think that we know what the hell we're doing when it comes to appointment setters. Not just like how to hire them, but how to train them, how to give them the right comp plan, how to do the agreement, how to blah, 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 how to da, da, da. Also, have you done the agreement for Stefano yet? I don't think we did that yet. Do we? No.
You can chat about that after, I'm sure.
Sorry, Stefano. We forgot. It's been crazy. Okay. That means a no from Devyn. How to onboard setters, how to train them, how to make sure that there's a CRM, there's a KPI tracker, like everything, man. Like how to do, like we have a whole KPI tracker, our job is to set this up, how to make sure when leads come in, right? So we have all of our Facebook group members all here, right? We have Holly's Messenger, we have Stefano, we have Edmund calling, IG, Facebook. We track everything to a T. So implementing this system into your business. And what does that mean? Booking 20 to 30 calls per week plus. Like technically, in my opinion, each setter should be putting 10 appointments on the board for you a week. That's 40 a month times 3. That's 120 a month. Technically, that's where we should be at, or 160, or whatever the case is. But knowing how to do that properly for you, right? And no, if you don't have a validated product, if you don't know setting yourself, we're not going to implement a setter for you. But what I'm saying is, this is what we want to do. It all depends on where you're at. Nice. Next, sorry. Done for you funnel setup. So set up certain funnels and websites and lead magnets. We help you launch your ads. That's it. Me and Devyn together set up your ad dashboard. So what we've done for Nicholas Thorpe, what we've done for others. Done for you email. We set up your email. We set up your text automation. We set up your CRM. Access to a full-time tech specialist. No more tech overwhelmment. 24/7 access to our community of 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs and coaches. Think to 6 Figures workshop, personal brand accelerator, personally tailored content calendar, our daily client acquisition system. How do you book a call? How do you close a call? How do you make sure your content is there and you make sure that it's tailored for your audience? Templates and processes. And this is the script. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. This is how you track things. We have 2 or 3 group coaching calls. Also, did I also say that we offer unlimited one-on-one personal coaching? Unlimited one-on. I should just take this out, to be honest. This is ridiculous. We have a 90-minute personal kickoff call with myself. Access to constant accountability. Constant. Master your speaking for people that want to learn how to public speak. Right? And to top it off, we have a guarantee. And to top it off, we have a 30%, and to top it off, only 2 spots are left now. So, yeah. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys have any questions, or Devyn, you want to say anything to that, but yeah, that's like, I don't like, I get why people are signing up right now, but yeah, questions.
Yeah, and I would say 2 things to that. One, it is really crazy when you consider that, I had a call yesterday, clarity call, lady looking to get some information, and she'd said she invested, a considerable amount more than what our investment is. And she had mentioned, like, she passed that time threshold and she doesn't work with them anymore. It's like, it's crazy that coaches operate that way, where, they're
Ridiculous.
with you. Yeah, for a couple months, they don't get the results or anywhere close to the results that they claim that they're going to get people. And they just stop working with you. I think that aspect of that one-on-one accountability, the personal coaching, and like making sure that you actually get results no matter how long it takes for us to do that. I think that in itself really does sell this program. Like, we have no unhappy clients. We've got clients that are finding, their groove, and whether that's them processing payments or them going through the character development that's necessary to, actually go through something like this and have an opportunity like this and really excel with it. Like I said, we have real no unhappy clients, and to know that we're going to work with you until you get those results. Like, we've got a lot of clients getting some fantastic results. If you're not too familiar, of course, we got a YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of testimonials and stuff almost weekly, new testimonials and things going out. So I would definitely, familiarize yourself with that. And the other piece to it too, it's like, it's that idea of like, yeah, another reason why we don't really just give the pricing out here, it's because, like, is that really how you make your decision? You know what I mean? Like, you just hear a number and you're just like, oh, well, yeah, I can do it, or, no, I can't. So I'm glad that we kind of did break down everything that does come with this, because once you see that, literally, we show you how to, like, we show you everything. We show you how to set up the group. We show you how to grow it. We show you how to get people, really nurtured through your strategic content. We show you how to then, navigate the DMs. We show you how to, be comfortable on those calls. I don't know how many clients we've had where they're like, we're not really comfortable with this, but, course correction. I review all the conversations. I review all the calls. We're really going through it and make sure that, day by day, week by week, you're moving the direction. You're moving the needle in the right direction. So yeah, for 100%. Me, obviously, in client success, no brainer, for me, but for everyone else, I would really come to terms with. If this is something you're serious about, find the right people, whether it's us or anybody else. But
Yeah.
you know, I would
Yeah. And
definitely
here,
bet on
I,
us.
I'll give you a rough number of how much it costs. It's more than $1,000 and it's less than $10,000. Cool. There you go. There's a good number. But yeah, no, it's I want you to a bigger number than just money. And like we talk about our coaching program, I want you to look the same way your own coaching program. Like our job is to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? And so it's about, it's in the title, it's master your or it's know your worth, charge your worth. So I think a lot of it is like it should not be about money. Like, sorry, don't get me wrong. It shouldn't be just about price. Money is important, but it should not be about price. It should be about what is the value I get for the dollar. That's my point, right? Like everyone's like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. I don't like. Listen, if someone rolled into your neighborhood and said, look, I have this Ferrari worth $300,000. I need to take it off my hands. It's yours for $30,000. Would you find the money? No, I don't have the 30. I told you I don't have the $30,000. No, you wouldn't be saying that, bro.
Hmm.
The doctor calls. Sir, your loved one is on life support. We need $28,000 in the next 2 weeks. Do you have it? No, unfortunately, no, I don't. No, of course not. Of course you'll find it. My point to you is it's dollar per value. What do you value that? And so that's my thought process. And that is not just the thought process of how we sell our thing. It's how you sell your thing. Right? It's me and Devyn have been in sales for a while, and it's price is one thing, but it's all about the mindset you have. Like, I don't know about you, Dev, but I value like high ticket products. I value high ticket offers. I love, as a good salesperson, I love being sold. Sell me, convince me. I got my questions. Convince me, man. Bullshit. Not buying it. This is what I think. Right? Like, I want you. I have all these beliefs. Solve them. Right? And so I think when you have that mindset, you become a better business person and a better coach and a better salesperson and a better revenue generating individual. And so, yeah. And so I hope you guys like this call, man. Again, if you guys have any questions, be sure to comment down below. I see people liked our Calendly link. Come book a call. I guess if I had to sum up everything from this call, worth the money for the personal development alone. Okay. Thank you, Kim. For this call, what I really wanted to get at was this. This is real. Actually, this is a very common theme within a lot of people. This can be real for you. It's not just a dream. It's not just I tried it. It's not just I wish. I want to be me and Devyn together, an example of this can be real for you. You just got to know how to put the pieces together. And I promise you, you will have a better life. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But most likely, who am I talking to? I'm talking to people that have a desire to build a great coaching business. If you didn't, you wouldn't be in this Facebook group right now. So, like, well, Daniel, I'm a happy, paralegal. I'm kidding. I'm a happy, I love what I do. Okay, great. So why are you in this group then? I'm not talking to you. But if you are someone who's in this group and you want to grow a coaching business, I know the biggest challenge is I don't know if this is real. I don't know if people will pay me this rate. I don't know if I can really make this happen. I don't know if people would actually, people tell me they don't have any money. I don't know if people have the time. I don't know, I don't have any degrees. I don't have any certificates. All this bullshit. It's just noise. And I want to be an example for you of I've committed to this game. It ain't easy, but it's so worth it And whether you work with us, whether you work with someone else, whether you hire no one and you just watch videos all day long and courses and books, and maybe next year I'll get serious about it, wherever you're at, I just want to tell you that it's worth it. And yeah, it's worth all the pain and suffering. That's what I have to say.
And that really resonates with me too, because we've kind of had pretty interesting journey. You know, we've known each other for a long time, and you know, stepping into a role like this, like if you had kind of told me, you know, last year January we'd be where we are now, you know, a year and, you know, 11 months later, it would
Yeah.
be hard for me to fathom, but I would love the idea of it. You know what I mean? And I think this vehicle, man, like I'm so excited to see where we're gonna be this time next year. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking forward to that, because we know that as we continue to crack the code and understand more of what we're doing here, we're just gonna get better and better. And speaking of that, you know, we kind of mentioned like this is kind of like our untapped territory. Guys, for the first time ever, you know, we actually got approved for business funding, you know, and
Yeah.
now we actually have some business funding where, you know, this is really going to change the game for us, because, you know, there's a lot of people that really want to do this and work with us, but they just don't have the finances. And so, you know, for us,
Oh
this is all,
yeah. Why didn't we talk about it before, Devin? Go
well,
ahead.
this is all we do, you know, we eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. Whether it's continuing to better our process so our current client gets results, whether it's us continuing to go through character development so our team can, you know, have the support that they need at the highest level, or for us continuing to do marketing or figuring out things on the back end so we can actually serve people and continue to serve people. And so, yeah, guys, if you guys are interested, maybe you don't have the funds at the moment, like we got approved for some business funding. They just do a soft credit thing, and you know, they approve a lot of people now. These guys are pretty fantastic. I'm not sure if there's anything you want to show with that, Dan, but I know that the business funding, we only got approved for it like within the last week or so. So this is a
Yeah.
brand new thing. We're super excited to roll out.
Yeah.
And we think this can be honestly a game changer for us and for our clients too. Because again, as we continue to learn this stuff, we just toss it to our clients so they get the, you know, the solutions as well.
You want to go over it?
Yeah, we can go through it. Yeah, if people are actually interested in wanting to know like more about this, because yeah, they might not have the funds necessary like to just invest immediately. But with something like this, there's literally no harm in checking to see if you qualify. And if you do, you know, you can start creating this reality for yourself pretty early in. So
Yeah. So do you want to go over the benefits? So very quick, like we don't have to get into the exact details, but you can do this with us. So based on your credit and ideally, if you are working, you would qualify for basically instead of like finding the full amount, basically they fund for you, and then your payments can be anywhere between $300 to $350 a month. And basically you're able to then join a coaching program, and then there's no prepayment penalty, so you can pay it off whenever you want. Even like in terms of to apply, it's a soft pull. So it's not like it's going to hit your, oh, I'm applying for a mortgage or I'm doing this thing. Like it doesn't hurt your credit. That's the point. You'll know within hours. And then, you know, if all goes well, you get an approval. So basically, they have all these questions down below. You can ask us for the link, but you can just apply. It's about 20 questions. And then within the hour or two, you'll know if you are approved for a loan. And then you can choose if you align with the rates of what they're offering you. Yeah, if you align with the rates of what they're offering you, then you can go through with it. You don't have to go through with it, but I think it's a great option. I think again, it all goes back to what I was saying before. Would I recommend someone to take out money to start a business and make this work? 100%. I wouldn't be offering this if I didn't think so. I think people have to realize when you're in the entrepreneur space, the business space, like you're paying to learn. You know, you can't be like, well, I go to school over here and I paid to learn, but I'm not going to treat it the same over here. It doesn't work like that, guys. No, unfortunately. Oh, I've paid my student loans. Trust me, I got my education. Well, you're about to learn if you think like that. So I can tell you the things that I learned from a 25K one-on-one coaching program, a 30K mastermind, a $7,000 program, a 10, like I can tell you all about it. but yeah, you're paying your dues. And so if you have the ability, if you've been thinking about it, you're like, well, once I save up all this money, I'll be able to do it. And you might be an old gray person with gray hair when that happens, right? And so if you could make it happen and speed up that process, just like going to school and getting a loan, it's the same thing over here. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Dev, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would just say, guys, like there's no harm in doing it, and if this is something that has been on your mind and you've been really wanting to do it, this new funding option is really going to change the game for us, could change the game for you as well. And with that new no prepayment penalty, like guys, this is more of like a bridge loan, as they kind of mentioned, where you can get access to it now, and if you start making money through the process within the first 90 days within the process here with us, you can start paying that off a lot sooner. And if you do pay it off sooner, there's no penalty. So you have low monthly fees of like $200 to $350 per month. You start making money through the process, you pay it off sooner. There's literally no downside to it.
Wow. That's true. Super true.
Like, and I was really thinking about that because it's like, dude, like they could get started for as low as, and there's no money down for the first 30 days. So they could literally apply today, find out if they get approved by tomorrow.
Dude,
and then
that's huge.
Get started, before the weekend if people are, money hustlers like us working through holidays and that. And then, you know what I mean? Like before the end of the year, you can already start making a lot of money before you even have to make your first, payment towards it. So yeah, guys, I think this has been a pleasure. I think you got a glimpse here at the inside of, what it's like to be in a conversation with Dan and I, just the energy that we have and, some of the stuff that we bring to the table. If you're interested, in chatting with us, understanding more of the funding options, or just where we're at with things, like we'd love to chat with you, you know what I mean? So, don't hesitate, I would say, and I told this to Nick too, like, guys, like 2024 is literally next month. You know what I mean? Like, bro, next month is December. Like how we start 2024 is really going to be impacted by the decision making you make.
Jeez.
Like the things that we're doing now going into December is going to impact January, February, March. So just consider we were here this time last year. We started
we made some big decisions.
Yeah, and we're continuing to see the compounding effect of those decisions, and now we're a lot more clear, we're further ahead, and we're building some serious momentum, guys. So yeah, you want to make 2024 your year, it really starts with the decisions you make here today. So
jeez, big man. Guys. Listen, this is a very long live, but like genuine. Actually, that is a big deal. Guys, have a wonderful day. Devyn, we need to talk very serious business after this call.
Yes.
And if you guys enjoyed it, comment down below, show some love.
Quick question. If you are a coach and you want to learn exactly how my journey of how I built a multi-six-figure coaching business through community building, click the link down below. It's a 40-minute training. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing, and I basically document my whole journey to exactly how I was able to go from 0 to 10,000 a month to 20,000 a month and plus. And so if you guys are interested, click the link down below. You'll see a webinar link. Check it out. Tell me what you think. And if you're interested, come call with us after, and I promise you'll be worth your time. See you very soon.